So hello guys, this is Pawan Kumar and you are watching Architecture Studies. In this video, we are going to see the terminology related to Arch. These types of questions have been asked in different architecture entrance examinations like NATA, JEE Mains Paper 2, GET Architecture, etc. And these are also very important if you are an architecture student because these are the basics of the architecture. So let's see what terms we have. So first one is intrados. This is an inner curve of an arch. You can see it's simply a curve, not a surface. So this is the intrados. Next is extrados. Extrados is the outer curve of the arch. This is the one, extrados. Next is soffit. Soffit is the inner surface of an arch. Now this is surface. This is not a curve. So the surface of this one. Next is bossoids. These are the wedge-shaped units. Every arch is made up of some units. So these individual units are known as bossoids. Next is crown. Crown is the highest part of the extrados. So this is the crown. Next is spandrel. This is the curved triangular space formed between extrados and horizontal line. So in the extrados, if you take this one, curved section, and similarly this side. Now this area, this is known as spandrel. If it is an arcade, so you will have multiple arches. Then in this case, this area will be spandrel. Next is key. It's also known as keystone. This is the wedge-shaped unit fixed at the crown of the arch. So in this case, this bossoid is known as keystone. Next is skew back. It is the inclined or spread surface on the abutment. So skew back can be seen only in these types of arches. So this thing is known as skew back. Next is springing points. Springing points are the points from which the curve of the arch spring. Here, this and these are the springing points. Next is springing line. It is an imaginary line joining the springing point of either ends. So if you connect these springing points, this line is known as springing line. Next is abutment. Abutment is the structure at the end of arch which supports it. So here, starting from this point till down, it's known as abutment. Next is springer. It is the first bossoid at springing level. So we had the springing level here. So the first bossoid from both sides is known as springer. Next is haunch. Haunch is the lower half of the arch between the crown and the skew back. So between the crown and skew back, lower half. So from here till here, this is known as haunch. Next is ring. It is the circular course forming an arch. So as you might be knowing that course is the layer of bricks. But in case of arch, we can say this is the layer of brick. So this is the circular course forming the arch. This is the ring. Next is impost. It is the projecting course at upper part of pier or abutment to stress the springing line. So here, just above the abutment, we have this. It's known as impost. Next is bed joint, joints between the bossoids which radiate from the center. Okay, so you will see like this. So all these joints are known as bed joint. Next is span. It is a clear horizontal distance between the supports. So here till here, this is known as span. Next is rise. It is the vertical distance between the springing line and the bottom of the keystone. So if you calculate from here till here, this is known as rise of an arch. So this was all about the video. Hope you have learned something new, and if that is so, then please like this video, share with the friends, and subscribe this channel.